John Glenn is by far the most famous thing from New Concord. It's a great small town in rural Ohio. My life revolved around sports. High school, played quarterback, was defensive back, and then also punted and kicked. The best way for me to get to the biggest college was punting and kicking. Coach D'Antonio didn't get hired at Michigan State till November of my senior year. They decided they needed a punter and gave me a call. The two games we circle on our calendar every year when I was there were Notre Dame and Michigan for sure. Notre Dame's slightly different just because you don't run across Notre Dame fans every day like you do Michigan fans when you're at Michigan State.
Dan Conroy, 4 for 4 on the season.
I just thought the moment was big. And not that I didn't have confidence in Dan Conroy. I just thought we were going to run it numerous times throughout the game. I felt very confident that play would work.
Coach D looked at me and said, hey, if we don't get this, you want to run it? And I said, I'm not making that call. And he just kind of gave me a smirk. So at that point, I had a little bit of a heads up that the next play, if we were kicking a field goal, that we were running Little Giants.
Notre Dame leading in overtime by 3. It's 3rd down at 5. The only thing that could mess things up right now is making a critical error.
If you get the touchdown, you win the game. And so that everybody was excited when Michigan State got the ball. This is the opportunity to do it.
Kirk's in trouble. He'll be hit and dropped.
You're thinking, did Kirk Cousins' decision-making just cost the Notre Dame game again? Because 1 year prior, he throws an interception in the end zone. Now he takes the sack in overtime that could cost him the game once again.
Now, the heat's on young Dan Conroy.
3rd and 5, sack, first-year field goal kicker Dan Conroy, overtime, Notre Dame, national TV. I just thought, all of a sudden, that moment's too big. Let's go Little Giants.
We had a signal, gonna put my fist up. Not everybody's always paying attention. I told Le'Veon we were running it. We go get lined up, and I think he glanced up and realized what the situation was and thought, how crazy is this? And turned back around and said, right now? And I said, yes, right now we're running it.
The ball placed down at the 36-yard line, right hash mark. Aaron Bates will hold.
I stayed on the field. Coach Staten had field goal that year. He looked at me and just went, and, we're running it.
Based off Notre Dame's formation, they had 2 guys offset to the left. Notre Dame had 2 players that we knew were man coverage, and we're going to follow me or Le'Veon.
Started getting a little concerned on the clock as it was coming down to 1.
Oh, they'll fake it. Bates.
You realize what they're doing, and you're thinking, oh my God, I can't believe he's doing this. You see Charlie Gant open down the field.
The first thing was I was just watching Le'Veon. He was the guy I'd thrown to all week in practice, was the guy the ball was supposed to go to. When he kind of gets held up there and they kind of get mixed up, as soon as Charlie became free and put his hand up, I knew where the ball was going.
He's got him! Yeah, wide open! He's got Charlie Gant! He can walk in! Spartans win! Touchdown, MSU!
Right into the Notre Dame band. It wasn't, I didn't plan on doing that. I didn't really realize I was that open until I saw the ball coming. It was a perfect ball by Aaron Bates.
Aaron Bates is a senior. He was a former high school quarterback at John Glenn High School in Ohio. And he throws a perfect throw to a wide open receiver.
Being a senior, I knew that one of the best things you can do is tell yourself not to think in those situations and just react. Just whip it out there like I've done thousands of times. I think I just ran around like a chick with my head cut off. Great ending to a great game, and just doesn't get much better than that.
Bates is going to throw. He's got it. Touchdown! Michigan State wins it in overtime. The call of the year. Those 2 smiles say it all. One's a happy smile and one's a, are you kidding me? You called that.
He just looked at me and smiled and said, did you call that? And I said, well, yeah. Who do you think did?
Mark D'Antonio outsmarts the Irish.
It goes back to execution and confidence in your players. When you do things like that, your players get confidence in you too as a coach.
Hey, if it didn't work, everybody be second-guessing me right now, but I'd still feel like we still have a chance, and that's the way it goes. I said a little prayer, and it worked. The prayer worked. The execution worked.
I'd say probably at least once a month somebody stumbles upon it or realizes that, I was the one involved in that play. It's good to have that kind of a memory come out of college football.
He's going to throw.